Here's a hard truth. Most people will spend their entire lives chasing money and never catch it. You can work hard for decades and still end up broke. Why? Because effort doesn't compensate for ignorance. Because working more isn't the same as working wisely. Because wanting to be wealthy without understanding the principles of wealth is like rowing without a rudder. You exhaust yourself, spin in circles, and never move forward. Jim Rohn, with his sharp clarity, would likely challenge us with a question like, are you becoming the kind of person who attracts wealth, or just someone who chases it? For years, many believed the secret lies in grinding harder, knowing the right people, or jumping on the latest opportunity. And yet they remain tired, frustrated, directionless, and broke. The truth? What actually works is rarely flashy. It's simple but not easy, timeless but never outdated. That's where Jim Rohn stands apart. His philosophy isn't about tricks. It's about transformation. It's not about quick money. It's about becoming the kind of person for whom wealth becomes inevitable. This video is not another generic motivational pep talk. It's a sober breakdown of 10 years of trial, error, and awakening. A journey that separates what only sounds promising from what truly delivers results. If you're tired of chasing and ready to attract, if you're done with shortcuts and willing to build on timeless principles, if you're ready to understand what sets the wealthy apart from those who merely wish for wealth, then you're in the right place. Now get ready. Not everything you'll hear will be comfortable, but everything will be necessary. Few things shape a life more profoundly than our relationship with money. Not just how much we have, but how we pursue it. For some, this pursuit leads to purpose, freedom, and legacy. For others, it becomes a lifetime of exhaustion, frustration, and unmet potential. This theme, chasing money, can either build your future or silently destroy it. Millions of people work tirelessly every day, yet remain financially stagnant. According to a recent global study, over 60% of adults say they constantly worry about money, despite working full-time. The real issue isn't lack of effort, it's lack of alignment. Alignment with principles, with discipline, and most importantly, with a mindset that attracts rather than chases. Jim Rohn spent decades articulating this exact truth. Wealth is not something you pursue, it's something you attract by the person you become. The difference between working for money and letting money work for you is often invisible until it's too late. And that's why this video matters. Over the next few minutes, you'll walk through a decade-long journey, one filled with mistakes, realizations, and real breakthroughs. You'll discover the principles that don't just sound good in theory, but that actually work in real life. By the end of this video, you'll no longer wonder what it takes to build wealth. You'll understand the mindset, the disciplines, and the quiet shifts that turn effort into results and chasing into attracting. If you don't change, nothing changes. That's the axiom. Simple, undeniable, brutal. The greatest obstacle between you and financial independence isn't the economy, the government, your background, or even your education. It's a persistent, invisible mental pattern, the scarcity mindset tied to the desperate chase for money. This pattern is subtle but deeply destructive. It shows up as constant urgency, toxic comparison, impulsive decision-making, and an endless loop of effort without results. People believe that if they just work more, hustle harder, or find the next big thing, financial freedom will finally arrive. But what really happens? They wake up early, go to bed exhausted, stay busy all day, and remain stuck in the same place. It's the illusion of productivity without purpose. In everyday life, this mindset shows up like this. The freelancer who says yes to every client, even the ones who undervalue their time. The entrepreneur who chases new opportunities but never builds solid systems. The employee who waits years for a promotion that never comes, trusting that loyalty will eventually be rewarded. The individual who sacrifices rest, learning, or health for a few more hours of immediate work, always saying, "I'll fix that later." Jim Rohn used to say, "Don't major in minor things." But that's exactly what most people do. They spend their lives prioritizing the urgent over the important. They chase money but never develop the character, vision, and mindset that actually attracts it. This mental loop creates a paradox. The harder you chase, the more money seems to slip away. And worse, you begin to define your self-worth by your current earnings, not by the potential you're building. It's like trying to fill a leaking bucket. You can pour water all day long, but if you don't patch the hole, your mindset. It will never overflow. This is the blind spot for millions. They confuse movement with progress. They think being busy equals growth. But what's missing isn't effort, it's direction. It's not speed, it's clarity of destination. And that's why, before any technique, investment, or financial plan, the first thing that must change is your mindset. The real question isn't, how can I make more money? But, who do I need to become so that money stops being a constant struggle? That question changes everything. You wake up, check your phone, scrolls, and stay poor. It's not the algorithm's fault. It's not the job market. It's not even your income. It's a mindset programmed by culture, shaped by fear, and reinforced by habits so small, we no longer question them. The root of the money-chasing mindset isn't laziness, it's conditioning. From an early age, most of us are taught to think transactionally, not transformationally. We're told, go to school, get a job, work hard, make money, retire. But no one tells us how to think, how to invest in ourselves, or how to design a life of value creation. We inherit a worldview where time is traded for money, always. And the idea of building assets, creating leverage, or becoming someone who attracts wealth feels abstract, risky, or even selfish. Fear then kicks in. Fear of judgment, of failure, of dreaming too big. So we stay busy instead of getting strategic, productive instead of intentional, comfortable instead of free. Here's a scene that might feel familiar. You wake up tired. First thing you do is grab your phone, notifications, news, messages. You scroll through social media. You see success stories, flashy lifestyles, hustle quotes. For a moment, you feel behind. So you tell yourself, I need to do more. You dive into the day, overloaded. You answer emails fast, attend meetings, respond to every ping. You multitask like a machine. At night, you collapse on the couch and convince yourself, at least I worked hard. But deep down, you know, you didn't move forward. You just ran in place. The truth is brutal. Being busy is the perfect disguise for being lost. This loop is the invisible cage, culturally accepted, socially reinforced, internally unchallenged. No one tells you to stop and ask, is what I'm doing even taking me closer to the life I want? We just assume that hustle equals progress, that noise equals importance, that motion equals meaning. But motion without direction is erosion. Jim Rohn said, you don't get paid for the hour. You get paid for the value you bring to the hour. And value doesn't come from urgency. It comes from clarity. It comes from designing your mind before designing your day. Here's the micro insight, and it hurts. If your morning routine is designed by fear, your life will be designed by regret. Until you break the invisible root, the conditioning, the fear, the reactive habits, no strategy will stick. You'll keep chasing, keep scrolling, keep staying exactly where you are. And the worst part? You'll think you're doing everything right. Winners think like this. Wealth is not something you chase. It's something you build into who you are. This isn't motivational fluff. It's structural truth. The real turning point isn't finding a new job, a new hustle, or a lucky break. It's upgrading your operating system. Because if your mindset doesn't evolve, every dollar earned will come at the cost of exhaustion, and every step forward will eventually collapse under the weight of misalignment. The new way of thinking starts here. You don't work for money, you work for leverage. Winners don't sell their time, they compound their value. They see every book, habit, and decision as a brick in the foundation of a scalable, intentional life. Their first question in the morning isn't what do I need to do? It's what do I need to build? That shift changes everything. When you think like this, your behavior realigns automatically. You stop filling your calendar with low-impact tasks and start creating space for strategy. You stop reacting to urgency and start acting based on vision. You stop asking, how can I make more this month? And start asking, how can I design a system that earns while I sleep? It sounds subtle, but it's radical. Because this isn't about doing more. It's about becoming more. It's the moment you stop trying to get ahead and start becoming the kind of person the world can't ignore. Jim Rohn said it best. Success is something you attract by the person you become. That's not philosophy. That's physics. The stronger your internal architecture, the more naturally success gravitates toward you. You no longer need to chase. You magnetize. Let this sink in. The poor ask, what can I get for my time? The wealthy ask, what can I create with my mind? You don't need a new tactic, you need a new lens. Because the most powerful form of leverage isn't money, it's identity. Here's the metaphor and the reminder. A tree doesn't grow by stretching its branches. It grows by deepening its roots. Stop reaching, start rooting. Now you know the shift, it's time to live it. New mindset means nothing without new actions. So here's how you build the habit of thinking like someone who attracts wealth. Daily, deliberately, decisively. No more waiting for motivation. No more chasing the next shortcut. Now it's about applying pressure in the right direction, consistently. Let's break it down. 1. Design your day, not just your to-do list. Start your mornings with creation, not consumption. Create before you scroll. Think before you react. Plan before you execute. Set 30 minutes aside at the start of your day to do thinking work. No phone, no email, just pen, paper, clarity. Ask, what will build value today? What can I eliminate that isn't compounding anything? Say no to noise. Walk away from clutter. Design the day on purpose. 2. Audit your money like it belongs to your future self. Stop thinking like a consumer. Start thinking like an architect. Every dollar is a decision. Every expense is a signal. Every investment is a vote for the life you want. Do this. Cancel one subscription that adds 0 ROI. Redirect that money to something that builds. A course, a skill, a tool. Track your spending weekly, not monthly. See where your money leaks and patch it now. Buy less. Build more. Own your decisions. 3. Choose leverage over labor. Every time. Don't just trade hours. Trade ideas. That side project you've been putting off? Start it. That email list you keep delaying? Build it. That skill you know would 10x your value? Learn it now, not later. Say yes to building assets. Say no to chasing pennies. Act like a producer, not a passenger. Make things. Ship ideas. Automate. Systematize. Delegate where possible. Let your time go further than your hands. This isn't theory, it's practice. It's not about perfection, it's about direction. And every small choice in that direction compounds. You become the person who attracts wealth when your daily decisions reflect long-term thinking. Not when the world gives you permission. Not when it feels safe, but when you decide to move with intention. Starting now. Say no. Walk away. Invest it. Build it. Track it. Protect it. Own it. This is where the shift becomes real. This is where struggle ends and structure begins. This is where freedom starts. Let's slow down. Not to stop, but to see. Because clarity isn't found in noise. It's uncovered in reflection. Now that you've heard the shift, it's time to confront what's really been driving your decisions. Answer these questions honestly, privately, no filters. Are you building something, or just staying busy? Be brutally honest. Are your daily actions compounding toward a clear outcome, or just keeping you distracted from the discomfort of standing still? If your income froze today, would your life collapse or continue? This reveals whether you're chasing cash flow or creating leverage. What's one behavior you keep repeating that you know is holding you back, but you keep justifying? This is where change begins. Who would you become if you stopped playing defense with your life and started playing offense with intention? What would Jim Rohn say about your current habits? Not your goals, not your hopes, your habits. Now, do this. Take 5 minutes. Write 1 page. No phone, no distractions. Title it, If I Keep Living Like This. Let the words come out raw. Don't edit. Just dump what's real. Where your time goes, where your money leaks, where your fears dictate your decisions. Then, beneath that, write, what I will start doing differently, starting now. Let it be one action, one change, one choice that represents the new you, the one who attracts instead of chases. Only you can answer that, but you must. Because reflection without action is just regret delayed. In the end, it's not about the money. It's about the person you become in the process of earning it. The truth is simple. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or time. They fail because they never pause to think differently. They keep doing more of what never worked and hoping for change. But today, you saw a new path. One that begins not with noise but with clarity. Not with more hustle, but with better alignment. Jim Rohn said, "Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Not big leaps. Just small, intentional decisions, repeated with consistency and courage." So now the question turns to you. What thought? What belief? What habit are you letting control your future? Leave it in the comments. Speak it. Face it. Break it. Because change starts not when you know better, but when you own it. Thanks for watching. If this helped shift something in you, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. Move forward quietly. Build boldly. And remember, wealth isn't a destination, it's a reflection of who you've become.